Hello, so I'm here to share with you my very simple, non-toxic DIY cleaning products. And I am assuming that if you are here watching this video, that more than likely you are aware of just the dangers of using a lot of these non-toxic or a lot of these toxic products, right? That we typically go to the store and get, and it can just become catastrophic in the long run. We may not see the impact right away, but a lot of these products have a lot of harsh chemicals in them that really just do a lot of negative things to our health. So with that said, I do want to throw out there that while I try my best to keep it, all non-toxic, we do have some products in our home that's a little bit questionable. So I don't want to present this image that like we just do it, 100% over here. No, we don't. But I really try as much as possible to phase out a lot of these toxic chemicals. So with that said, I'm going to show you the three main ingredients that I use pretty much across the board, and it just is very simple. So let's just jump right into it. So the first thing that I use is baking soda. I typically purchase this from Costco, and each time that I go to Costco, I pick up probably like 2 bags because we not only use this for cleaning, but we also use this in our laundry. So how do I use baking soda? I use this in laundry just to get the clothing smelling fresh and just cleaner. And the children know that with every load of laundry that they do, that they add the baking soda. And another thing that I typically use is vinegar. I'll show that a little later on. So they add, of course, with the laundry detergent, some baking soda and some vinegar. And I'm going to show you what I do in terms of storing the baking soda to make it easier for everyone in the house. So right here I have a mason jar, and I just took a label and just simply put baking soda. You probably can't see it, but I used a sharp knife and I just poked holes in the top to make it easier for pouring. So when they're doing their laundry, it's not an exact measurement. I just tell them do a few shakes and the baking soda comes out. So when they're also cleaning the bathroom tub, this is in the laundry room. I have one in the laundry room. I have one in each bathroom, and I also have one in the kitchen. So when they're going to clean the bathroom, as opposed to getting out like those really harsh cleaning products like Ajax or anything along those lines, they use baking soda instead. So they'll just sprinkle it in the bathtub, and they'll spray sometimes a little bit of vinegar on there, let it sit because it kind of forms a paste, let it sit for probably 10 to 15 minutes, and then they come back with their all-purpose cleaner, which I'll show you, and they get to scrubbing. Vinegar is really helpful. Even when like you're cleaning pots and pans, you could sprinkle a little bit in your pots and pans and just get to scrubbing, right? And this, again, I absolutely love. I also like to sprinkle it on my carpet because it's great for just like a deodorizer, right? So sometimes I'll add in another mixture some essential oils that I like, and we'll just pour it on the carpet, go through, sprinkle it, and we'll let it sit for a few hours or even overnight because we forget, and we just vacuum, right? So baking soda for the win, and it is so inexpensive. So again, I get this from Costco because it just makes sense to get a bigger bag since we're such a large family and we use it frequently. All right, so the next thing that I use, which I mentioned earlier with the baking soda, is vinegar. And this is just the distilled white vinegar. And I purchased this as well from Costco. Very inexpensive. And every time I go, I pick up probably like 4 bottles or so because we go through these pretty quickly. How do I use the vinegar? I mentioned about the paste with the baking soda. And I also use this in the laundry as well. As I mentioned, we pour probably like a cup or two in each load, and it's just really helpful in using for laundry. And in terms of a cleaner, I use vinegar, and right here I have just something just labeled window slash glass cleaner. And this again is in every bathroom and also in the kitchen for the kitchen appliances. And all I do is just put half parts water and half parts vinegar, and put like some drops of lemon essential oils because I just love the smell. You can add whatever you would like. And this gets like my windows and my mirrors squeaky clean. Like this is such a good cleaner. And sometimes I'll put probably like a fourth teaspoon of another thing in there. I'll explain that to you in a second. The Suds, Dr. Bronner's Suds. So I'll explain to you what that is. So for my window cleaner recipe, all I do is put half parts water, half parts vinegar, and then I'll put some essential oils in there. And that's it. So wonderful, wonderful, pretty simple. So the final thing that I use, so it's baking soda, vinegar, and then finally I have right here the Dr. Bronner's Suds, and I absolutely love this thing. Now this I purchased in April at a local grocery store, Woodman's. I haven't been able to find this at Costco. I wish they did sell it though. I know that they sell it online as well, and to me it just made more sense to get the larger container, but I was thankful that I was able to find it at a local grocery store, which was even cheaper than what was on Amazon. But like I said, I've had this since April, and look at this. Like, we're not even halfway through it yet, and we use it quite often, and I'm going to explain to you how I use it. But before I do, I want you to know that the Sud is not to be confused with the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. So right here's the Castile soap, and this is what I typically use to make like my soaps and you know, face wash and all of that. But this, the Suds, is tougher on grease. Now you of course can use the Castile soap if you would like to clean, but the Suds is you know, the better recommendation for cleaning. So how do I use it? Right here, I have another glass jar, and I just simple labeled it all-purpose cleaner, and I use this thing on every single thing. So all I do for this is add 2 cups of water and a half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of the Dr. Bronner's Sud. And I'll add some like tea tree or just other rosemary essential oils to use as an all-purpose cleaner. Now, I will say that it is important to not to overdo it, because sometimes you're like, oh, that's not that much. But the Sud is pretty concentrated, so you don't need a lot. So at most, I would say probably a tablespoon. Now, you can play out, you know, with the measurements if you would like. And another thing to add is, be sure to put the water in first and then put the Suds in afterwards, and then you could add your essential oils. Because if you put the Suds in first and then try to add the water, you just get a bubbling mess. So that is pretty much it. I use this on every single surface pretty much in my home. I'll spray this in the bathtub to clean, on my kitchen counters, in my garbage, just all across the board. And I absolutely love this. Now, these 2 things are in every bathroom, and you know, I have the location labeled for where it should be, because of course we know that sometimes people come and take your stuff and they don't put it back. But anyway, I have these in every bathroom too. This is a pair, right? In every bathroom and in our kitchen. And this just makes things so much easier. I use this, the glass cleaner, for like the appliances, and then I use this for the surfaces in the kitchen and in the bathroom, and just again, everywhere that you would use an all-purpose cleaner. I got these glass bottles off of Amazon, and I just, again, try to keep it extremely simple. So that is pretty much it. That is my DIY things that I use. And for the South Suds, you can add, sometimes I'll put like a fourth teaspoon in my cleaner. If it's like you're cleaning some glass that's really dirty, sometimes I'll put just a fourth teaspoon of the South Sud in my glass cleaner. And I do want to say, concerning the South Suds, you can use that as a dishwasher, dish soap as well if you would like. And sometimes I'll do that if I run out of my dish soap that I'm using. And you can also use it as a laundry detergent. I typically don't. That's only in cases of emergency. And when I used it as a laundry detergent, it was just fine. So there's instructions on the back for, different ways that you can use it. We use it to mop the floor. Like for a gallon of water, we'll put probably like a half a tablespoon or a tablespoon of South Suds, and it gets the floor, really clean. So there's so many possibilities, right? Endless possibilities, but I just wanted to share this with you, and I would love to hear from you. Do you have any DIY non-toxic products, cleaning products that you make for your home? Leave the recipe in the description box. I think that I can learn and others can learn from it as well. But it's just important to keep it simple. And like I said, if you are not aware, do some research on like just what can happen if you're using a lot of these recommended harsh products to clean your home. All right, that is all I have for you. You be blessed.